The chaos continues as I try to pull this house back together after letting it slide away in a pit of depression. So come and join me as we clean up. We are starting off in my entryway and my living room because, as we can see, they are the most horrific spots this week. And we're also in a completely different mood. We got some music on. We're trying to bring that mood up so we could get in and sort this out. Unfortunately for me, this is pretty much a daily occurrence in this space because we use this area so much in the house. It looks like this, no matter what. And you would be fooled into thinking, on a school day especially, that our front door is a revolving door because we are in and out all the time and, we drop stuff everywhere. I mean, just take a look at this little bench seat. I had visions of it when I bought it, that it would be a seat where my kids could get their shoes on and sit down and we could put our jackets on the hooks above. And it all sounds fantastic, but tell me how many times I've used it. Go ahead. You're right. 0, none, never. It's never been like that because flat surfaces are our nemesis in this house. If there is a space that we can dump stuff, you best believe it, there is stuff there. We are horrible with it. At least it's not mostly on my floor. That I can say for certainty. I don't love to dump stuff on the floor. But we've moved on to my entryway table and I didn't spend a lot of time deep cleaning this time around because there's so much clutter everywhere and it looks chaotic. I did find $40, so that was an absolute win for the day, my payment for cleaning this house. I didn't end up wiping the mirror down or doing much of a deep clean over there just because I'm one of those people that will just keep going. Like, I don't know when to stop, and I've spent 20 minutes deep cleaning a space that really just wasn't a priority on my list of things to deep clean. And I do have ADHD, so I'm all in for about 20 minutes and then I don't want a bar of it. So I try to take those surges when I can and get as much as I can done, and I just can't spend it on little things like deep cleaning. But I did have to work on this laundromat situation because the weather has turned, and by turned, I mean it's like 11 degrees at night. I know, freezing. But it just means the washing doesn't dry overnight, and my husband does put the fire on once the kids have gone to bed, and I dry our washing that way. So we have a little bit of chaos here because it's looking like a laundromat. Okay, I know we're in the middle of cleaning up my living room area, but hubby is on the way home from work. The last few times that I've been at work, he's been really sweet and cleaned the bedroom up for me so when I come home I can have a rest. Unfortunately, the last few times I have not repaid the favor. I just don't know how to prioritize stuff at all, as we know. So let's do this first and then we can go back to what we were doing. As I was saying, I hadn't exactly been an outstanding wife because I had been coming home from work for some time to clean room, clean bed, bed made, some kind of a beautiful scent in the room. Like, he was going all out so I could just have some relaxing time. When I come home from work, I need at least half an hour just to decompress. I usually see my kids, have a little chat with them about their day, go have a shower, and then just decompress in the room for half an hour. And I'll tell you, the woman who walks back out of that bedroom door, completely different person, okay? I highly recommend that if you can take a half-hour break, absolutely do it. I feel like I need to put in a little PSA right now, but I have been watching a lot of Brooko Moves, and so if my Aussie accent has suddenly gotten a heck of a lot thicker or exaggerated, that's why, honey, because I have been binging all her YouTube videos. She's a Perth single woman trying to buy her first house. Well, she actually did just purchase her first home. H Kitty, as she calls it, and her whole channel is basically just dedicated to showing how hard it is for young people to get into the Australian housing market. And she basically goes and looks at what is it within her budget, which is mostly like just dumps, absolute dumps. And so if you are interested in anything like that, she's renovating now, so it is quite a fun little watch. I'm gonna link her below. I think you're gonna love her. She's so much fun, and I've just Like I said, been binging all of it lately. I just have to fix up this corner real quick before he comes home. This is like the last little thing. And my friend, she gave me this. She was getting rid of it. And apparently whenever I went to her house, I said that I liked it. But I had forgotten that I liked this. And so she gave it to me. Honey, the price tag is like $120. So yes, please, I will take that. But I want to style it. And look, I'm going through a plant phase again. I have missed my plants a lot. Originally picked this up from Flower Power because they were having a plant sale and it was only $20. And I will tell you, whenever I walk past the olive trees, I hear them all take a deep breath in hopes that I don't pick them to take home and kill. Unfortunately, another one has made it to my house. I'm going to put a reminder on my phone to water it. So I was thinking we could put this in here. So I've had it for a minute, so it's already showing signs of stress. Didn't realize it was dry. And then I also had this one. I had one of these ficus bambinos on recommendation from a friend years and years ago. It was a really nice big tall one, and then she also died. I bought another one. Bunnings had it and it was $30, and she's so bushy and so cute. It is way too short for there, isn't it? Like, it would look dumb. It's gonna look dumb on the floor there, so maybe we'll just leave the olive tree. So I'm gonna go put this one elsewhere. And oh, while we're here, I might as well do a little tour because I did buy something. The Barossa basket from Adairs, it was the last one. I might have driven a ridiculous amount of time to get this thing, but I was determined to get it before they were out of stock. And she's cute. So hallelujah, we now have a laundry basket. I'm actually pretty proud of how this corner turned out. I feel like I was able to bring some life back into it without going and spending a lot of money on anything. I only really paid $20 for that olive tree, and I know she's a little scrawny and a little bit thin. I'm a serial killer when it comes to olive trees. And I actually bumped it the other day and I heard a few leaves drop and I thought, oh, no, not yet. Don't do me like this because it's going to be bad. But I did finally fix this curtain properly, which has been on my to-do list for, I don't know, maybe 6 months. Not exactly kicking it there. I did have the idea that I was going to go and replace the block-out part of the curtain, the backing of the curtain, and you know what? That's just never going to happen, and I've come to realization that I'm not the kind of person that will fix it anytime soon. So I just decided to put it back up properly, and I'll tell you, it looks a lot better now. It's not hanging awkwardly over that pole anymore. In an ideal world, I wouldn't have this whole 14 poles situation going on up there. I would have like the gorgeous S-fold system where they all just seamlessly open from start to finish on one line, and all the poles wouldn't be falling down all the time. You know, all the curtains would match. That would be like number one priority. That's not a flattering angle at all. But I did have something I wanted to talk to you about. It is the elephant in the room. I have a big thank you to say. That last video went crazy and I can't thank you guys enough for that. That was just like, what? I posted that last video. And, you know, normally I just check it the next morning and then I leave it for like a week because I'm like, ugh, give it the best chance to get some good views in. And I posted it and then the next day I think it had 200 views and I was like, oh, okay. If it gets 500 views, I'll be really happy. And then I checked it a week later and it was at 6,000 views and I was like, hold on, what's happening here? That's what? And I think at the moment it has like 20,000 views, something like that, which is so insane to me. So absolutely a big thank you to you for watching that video and all the new subscribers. I see you. I hope you still enjoy me a couple weeks later. In saying that, that video did get like 2,500 watch hours, which means if you've been here for probably since the start of the year, I set a tentative goal of hitting 2,000 subscribers this year and also getting monetized. Before I posted that video, I think I had about 700 hours left to go. You need about 4,000 to hit monetization, and look, we surpassed that thanks to you. I think the video currently sits at 2,500 watch hours, which is insane. That's insane. But yeah, I'm monetized. I mean, I really, really was hoping for that this year because it's the closest I've ever been. I've done cleaning videos for a couple years now, and I was like, no, this is going to be the year. I'm going to work hard and we're going to try and get that. Apparently, all I need for motivation is money or chocolate. Chocolate works just as well. Also, the comments on those videos were so sweet. When I posted the video, I genuinely didn't think it would get that many views. I didn't think that many people would relate to it or even care. But to see that so many of you loved it, I'm really happy. My husband and I have been reading those comments like every day, and you guys are just the sweetest. So thank you for watching, commenting, doing whatever. I have said thank you so many times, but it's been a moment for me. I am, however, going to play a song now because I've been yapping for a fair bit, and then I will see you guys in a minute. I have been slowly breathing life back into this living room because it has been in the pits of despair for at least the last year. I think I did a makeover on this room maybe 3 or so years ago, and it looked amazing, but over time decor broke or plants died and colors just slowly disappeared from here. So I've been trying to add that bit by bit because it's looking a little bit beige and basic. I purchased that plant from Bunnings, as you saw, which, oh my god, world of difference. And I think I'm also going to buy a black lamp for the corner because we need some extra lighting in here. I told you before that I love a little lamp situation in winter because it's dark so early. I think it's like just after 5 o'clock that it is pitch black outside. So I'm thinking something like that will bring a little more color. And I've got to get rid of those frames on the wall. That phase of my life lasted maybe a year, and now I'm like, oh no, that's not our style anymore. But we've moved on to the dining room, and as you can see, nothing but pure chaos, and it always is. I cleaned it up actually again just over the weekend, and within an hour and a half there was stuff all over. It's not this bad, I will say. This is just like, mum's been turning a blind eye for a while and I have not been asking the kids to pack up after themselves, which does make a world of difference. But also sometimes the kids are just in the middle of an activity and want to come back to it later, and so packing it up straight away isn't an option. Sorry, we went on a wild tangent there. We have everything out today. We've got Lego, we've got Play-Doh smushed into the dining table. Honestly, my poor dining table has been through it in the last few years. Thank goodness it's a bit more of like a rusticy wood one and not some slick, shiny, flat surface, because my word, the closer you get, the worse it is. It is horrible. I will sit there with the kids and do an activity with them, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, this just needs a deep scrub. Like, I'll spray and wipe it down, but I think because of all the little grooves on there, things just get stuck in there. So I will definitely have to add that to the to-do list, but it's going to be down the bottom. We've got way too much going on. And I'm just not too precious about it because I know in a year or 2 years it'll look the same. But I feel like now is a good time to add a little life update. If you've been here for a minute, you know I have been waiting on the 3 most gorgeous blackberries that I have ever had. If you're new, I have had blackberry plants in my garden for 3 years, and this is the first year they've decided to produce any blackberries. It's probably because I gave them a stern warning that they would be exiled if I didn't receive any produce from them. I got 3 gorgeous blackberries, and I will tell you, they were delicious. We currently have a few more that I could see that are growing, so that makes me happy. Do not ask me why they decided to do it in winter. I'm gonna go with weaponized incompetence. Like, let's be real. They just didn't want to do it, but also they didn't want to end up in the bin. But that's about it for my garden update. It's a little bit sad out there. There's not much going on because it is the colder month. I'm hoping this year will be the year of peaches. I hope it's the year of peaches because I had one last year. I think an animal took it from me. I was devastated, but I hope this year I can get a lot more. Let me know how your garden's going if you grow anything. I do love a good little info garden update. I have been watching a ton of the Garden Answer tour videos. Those are my favorite. They're like an hour long and I just clean my house to it or do washing. And I feel like the time just flies by so quickly. But enough of the garden chat, back to my regular scheduled cleaning program. I felt like I needed to dedicate a little bit more time to this particular space in my dining room because I have been overlooking it for some time. And when I was standing there picking off all that Play-Doh from the table, I could see the corner and I could see the food stains, the icing sugar on the floor, the fingerprint, just the general dirt and the skirting boards needing some attention. I tend to glaze over things like this until it's very visible that I need to give it some attention, especially when it comes to the skirting boards. Okay, if it's not at eye height, I don't want to deal with it. It literally gets erased from my mind. I should probably add doing the walls onto my list of things. The dining room actually turned out really nice. I do have to work on the dining chairs. Oh, don't look at them, don't look. We had a painting incident and it's yet to be rectified. Thankfully, they are really easy to clean and it's kind of like my therapy when I do it because it is just relaxing and I feel like I can really get in the groove of deep cleaning. But speaking of deep cleaning, we have moved on to my bathroom. Now, I went in there with the best of intentions of just doing a quick wipe down and then here you see me deep cleaning my shower. Nothing like ADHD working at its peak. So I was a little bit surprised that there was mold in the bottom of this because we probably use this shower once, maybe twice a year, mainly because hubby and I gravitate towards the other shower because of the water pressure. The water pressure in that other bathroom is elite. You get into this one and honestly, you could dribble and it would have more pressure than this shower. It just sucks, unfortunately. It is sad because this is like the nicer bathroom technically. So we don't actually use it all that often. But while I was there, I did decide to go in and just squeegee and like clean the floor a little bit more detailed. When it's a room this size, honestly, I feel like it's easier just to do it myself rather than trying to get like a mop or any kind of cleaning accessory in here and cleaning it because there's just so many bits to go around. I feel like half the time the mop head don't fit in the little gaps that I need it to. So it's just easier for me to go in and do it. And squeegeeing the floor just makes it so quick to dry because we are in winter, even though I like to joke about the temperature only dropping to like 16 during the day. It does stay relatively cold in the bathroom and so it doesn't dry out as quick as I would like it to. We have just finished off this little bathroom, but we are going to move on to another bathroom, and I will let you know, I did record this for the previous video, but I didn't end up putting it in there because I felt like it didn't quite fit, and I think the video was close to like 30 minutes long. This is dragging on a bit too much, but I did give this little space just a quick clean over because, as you can see, because she's the main bathroom that we use, it is chaos. Everyone and their mother are getting ready in here, brushing teeth, doing hair, all of it. And with limited bench space, it shows very quickly that it's a disaster. So we did a quick little tidy up, but my main focus for this room is something that I have had on my to-do list for a very, very, very long time. And it was actually doing the silicone in here. So I didn't want to get too distracted by cleaning because, as we know, give a mouse a cookie and honey, I'm deep cleaning this space. I was like, no, we're going to really just focus on doing a quick tidy. I am one to try and conquer a task myself because, I don't know, I really like to give it a go and try something that I think I normally couldn't do. Doing the silicone is something I would probably just pass off to hubby, and I probably will for any future siliconing jobs because this was horrific. Okay, I hated every single moment of this, and so maybe I will just use the I can't possibly do it kind of technique next time it needs to be done, because this was a beast. And I don't know, I was in Bunnings waiting. Look at me. I cannot tell a story to save my life. I'm so sorry, I've jumped all over the place. But I was in Bunnings, and I was actually when we were picking up the tap, and I was just sitting there and I was like, well, if I don't get it now, I'm never going to get it. I'm never going to do it, and it's just something that'll forever sit on the to-do list. So I went and got the pieces while I was waiting for it, and actually doing the silicone isn't that expensive once you've purchased the things that you need the first time. So I just needed the actual silicone and a knife to cut up the old silicone, and I will tell you, it was an absolute beast removing this old silicone. It was so thick and so far down the side. I was not going to do a landlord special on this, so I really took my time removing all the old moldy stuff, and I probably could have just like scraped up the top layer and then put the next one down, but that's not who I am. So I did remove every single thing. It took me forever and a couple of bruises on my hands because I kept hitting the tap every single time I would like rip out a piece. Highly don't recommend. And then after I removed the silicone, I went in and wiped it all down, got rid of any of the residue, used a mold killer, and then used a hairdryer to dry all of it to make sure it was dry, completely dry. We were not going to have any more mold situation going on. Because after taking hours to rip it all out, I do not want to have to do it again in like a couple of months when it looks horrific. So I really did take my time to prep this area. I am up to the siliconing part. This part isn't too difficult. It's just the actual squeezing that I felt hard. Like my hands were cramping because you have to push so hard to get the caulking stuff to come out. It did not look good, by the way. I am not at all professional in any way, shape or form. It definitely came out in big splotches and then little splotches, but thankfully I had these little silicone reusable squares, and they just helped me tidy up the silicone to make it look decent. And I think it actually came out really, really nicely once I used those. I have heard that some people use paddle pop sticks. Didn't know if we had any when I was at Bunnings, so I opted into purchasing the squares to make sure I could get a nice finish, and I'm very glad I did that. I will give you a word of warning. Try not to get silicone on your hands. It is so difficult to get off, okay? Obviously, because it's supposed to be water repellent. Every time I was washing it, it was getting worse and worse. So I just had to end up wiping my hands on like paper towel to try and solve that problem. The next time I'm feeling a little bit bored, I will probably take on the bath and the shower. Those spaces are also something I need to redo as well. But I broke so many knives trying to rip out all this stuff. I'm in no hurry to try and take those on at all. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little DIY ending to the video. Sorry it's taken me so long to get another one up. It's just not been on it lately. But thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.